was re-priming good old Archaon here. Well, at this point, actually, it's just Archaon's mount. Whatever the hell this thing's called. Does anyone know what this massive creature's called? Apart from very unwieldy. Nav. I'm not Nave. I will stick with Nave. Thank you very much for that follow. Nave XIWJ. Thank you very much for that follow. Much appreciated. Let me turn this music down a bit because in between music and my airbrush compressor going crazy, I feel like I'm going a bit crazy. Right, I think get rid of this excess, cover the base in a bit of paint. Okay, that's the airbrush empty. Okay, yeah, thank you for that follow, much appreciated. So the plan here is to do large chunks of this with the airbrush if I can, because there are big flat sections on this that I'd really rather not have to. That's the plan. We will see how we do, because I'm actually running a bit low on some of the colours I want to use. Where is my clip? If anyone does drop into the chat and wants to say hello, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, I will just keep talking and try and crack on. We're gonna need a bigger, yeah, we are gonna need a bigger brush, Con. Yeah. I generally don't know how I'm gonna paint this. But something has come up that I need to be okay about painting a large model. So I'm gonna do this as my kind of test. Pretty sure the thing that is gonna be bigger than this. Yeah, we are going to need a bigger brush. In fact, we're going to need an airbrush. An airbrush is what we're going to need. I don't even know how to get this thing on camera. I've had to just put the camera up as high as possible. There's a good danger of it falling over. Okay, so the majority of this thing is skin coloured. Now I could go with a flesh. I might go with a flesh colour. but I don't know what one I want to go with. I feel like this is probably too dark, but I can't even see the chat. I'm holding the miniature in front of what I'm trying to work on. I've kind of got the box art, but I'm just trying to get to where the underbelly skin would be. So I think the rest of it's going to be in sort of blacks. So I'm trying to just get where it would be underneath. More of a This is Archaon the Everchosen, my friend. This is Games Workshop. Archaon is currently I thought he was going to be glued to this base, but oh, there he is, yeah. The Archaon will be sat on top eventually. So I'm going to paint him separately. And then, well, he's just... I tried to stick him to a base, but he doesn't want to stick to it for some reason. He will be sat upon this saddle right here, so... Eventually. So I thought I would paint him... I have actually dropped him once before. He fell off one of my shelves onto the floor, and he had to go through quite a bit of repair work because, yeah, I did him some damage. But thankfully, he's all right. well, Joe. Well, I've had him for about maybe 3 years and never painted him, but felt like if I'm gonna have a go at a big miniature soon, then one, getting a bit more practice with the airbrush is never a bad thing. Yeah, absolutely get yourself a pair. I think this is the tallest non-Forge World miniature Games Workshop do, I think. Because obviously you could go and get a... which we will have soon. James, that isn't the thing that I might be painting, but James is currently halfway to saving for his Bio Titan. So we'll have a Bio Titan in there soon. Okay. Right. Well, I think that's that. I'm going to go with just getting some colours down and then use brushes to sort of go back to what I want to do. So I'm not going to worry too much about hiding this right now or anything else. I'm just going to go with getting stuff blocked out. I can always go back. Bloody, I really don't know how to hold this. Too damn big. Yeah, this is definitely going to go for its looking shit phase. Filthiness. I know. He loves his tyranids. My airbrush might explode. It's probably confused. Not being filled with prime. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a beast, an absolute monster of a model. It's a very cool model. Brought about the end time, so pretty good. Is he knocking everything over with it? Now I'll try and see if I can look underneath it. Can I get underneath it? Yeah, we'll see about that, mate. At least we got a lot of paint down very quickly. You get the general gist. There we go. All I was after was a bit of a guide to then work from. Don't look closely at that wing because you'll see that I broke it. Doing any hobby tonight, Cotton? Can't tell from the box art what his colour of his wings actually are, but doesn't seem to show other side. Oh no, it's the same. They do the same on both sides. Maybe I'll copy that for now. Add a bit more of this flesh colour in. Bit much. I'll do the same. Coming out a bit stronger. Don't like that. That's gone a bit weird on that wing for some reason. I don't know if maybe the pressure's a bit higher. The tissue, because I'm making a bit of a mess. So what I did there was mix a bit of Poker 3 white to the flesh. Ah, that's why. Damn it, I used the wrong one. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Anyway, I mixed a bit of the white in there to then try and bring it in. I don't like what's happened up here, but I maybe have to fix that later. Once that's dried, maybe go over the top of it. But I need to keep on trucking. But I do need to essentially wash some stuff now. We're going to get a fairly chunky brush, not too crazy. What can I use? Oh, this one. Whoa, genuine vision. Oh man, thanks buddy. Hey man. Ah, that's a really cool thing. Thanks buddy. You caught me having a go at trying to paint a freaking Archaon, which is the largest model I've ever had a go at painting. and currently, you know, this is where we are, 32 minutes in. Thanks, pal. Oh, mate, you're an absolute legend. Thank you. Thank you to... Oh, crikey, the screen's... Hang on, let me catch up. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Meldra. Thank you, Motor City. Thank you, Art of Micah Disney. Priz, thank you. Helly Badger, thank you. Oh, my goodness. It's me, Skeptic. Harumpfenstein. Rival Sarah. You're a legend, thank you. Ah, bloody hell, 5-year stream anniversary, man. Congratulations, buddy. Well, you're a legend in the miniature painting world, my friend. You know that. I really appreciate you coming on and saying hello. Oh, even more. Thank you. Yeah, Rival Sarah, thank you very much. Oh, thanks, guys. You just pumped me up a whole bunch of follows. Really appreciate that. Oh, right. Yeah, so this guy has been sat on my shelf for years. Now... Yeah, go, man, you go for it, you go for it. Yeah, so we're going to give him a go. Now, I'm a contrast painter. I'm nowhere near Jan's level, so I paint majority with contrast paints, and I thought, why don't I try and give him a go? So this is Games Workshop. This is this guy. This is, there he is, Archaon Everchosen. He's been sat on my shelf for a very long time. I thought, sod it, I'm going to try and give him some paint. So I've got Archaon separately. He's over here. I'm going to paint him separately and then attach him later on. As you can imagine, getting a miniature this big on the screen was an interesting challenge. So the camera is way up in the air. And yeah, we're going to... So what I've done so far is obviously primed him with the airbrush with a Zenith. I've then done some Black Templar on most of the outer scales and outer skin, and then on the belly and stuff I've done sort of a mixture of sort of some browns and some skin colour, and then added some apothecary white to blend it into the middle a little bit. But it's going to be a work in progress. This is kind of the ugly phase, so it will look ugly for quite some time, and then hopefully it will all start to come together. But thanks very much for coming over, guys. That's really cool of you. Thanks, Jan, for the raid. I bet Jan was painting something amazing as per usual. So yeah, so what I'm going to try and do is slap a load of colours down on this guy, and then work up from there, because I find that's how I do best. By sort of getting some colour on, start to see what I think I'm going to get, and then you can always erase stuff, you can always correct stuff. A little bit of a big fry, yeah. Yeah, me and Jan couldn't be more opposite in our painting. I paint miniatures in a couple of hours to a tabletop level, and Jan paints miniatures in many hours, but to some of the best quality I've ever seen. So sorry, yeah, this probably isn't even going to look very good on camera, because I've got to try and get a paintbrush around it whilst also seeing what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, hope everyone's well. Hope everyone enjoyed Jan's stream. So, absolute. And 5 years today, man. Wow, crikey. Big deal. This is where we can find out how many millions Jan's earned in the last 5 years on the Twitch leak. How rich are you, Jan? I know you're off peeing right now, but I'll make speculations. Just okay. How rich? Now, I could have maybe done this bit with the airbrush, and maybe that was the way to go, but. I can't even see anything. His wings in the way. All you're seeing. Now, maybe in hindsight, when I built this, maybe I'd have built it with the wings detached, and I could have painted the wings, then brought the model all together at the end, a bunch of sub-assemblies. But back when I built this guy, I didn't know about stuff like that. I don't care about getting it on its horns and stuff, because I can go back over the horns. Well, you know, I'm not going to say I'm a complete beginner painter. I'm an okay tabletop painter. You know, I can paint. I finished this the other day. This is 40k kill teams and stuff. So this was for October. I painted this guy for October, and he came out all right. He's the first ever 40k orc I've ever painted. So I was happy with how he turned out. I did some Thousand Suns. I've done some Grey Knights. I've done well, I think this year I've painted about over 400 miniatures this year. But I definitely am going to need some grey steer. Yeah, about 400, Jan. Yeah, I was looking the other day. And then there's things like this, which would be a classic, still only counts as one. I was in a Lord of the Rings movie. Hey, McGoth Mog. Our good friend Jan has raided us with a shed load of lovely people. Always super kind. Yeah, thank you to anyone who stuck around after the raid. It's much appreciated. I'm a very small channel, just doing this for fun, really. Paint and play to play with my kids. We're very much into all of this jazz. Painting's a nice escape from everything. Like I say, what I'm doing here is going to be super messy. I'm not looking to be neat and tidy at this point. I just want to get colours down so that I can then like tidy up and go round and do stuff. Is that kind of ugly stage. I'm a very sort of visual painter rather than having a plan. So if I can get colour down on it, start to form an image in my brain, and I'll go, okay, so I need to come back in and hey Jim. Okay, buddy. Look at us, Jim. We've got viewers. People came. Thanks to Mr. Janyan Vision there. I feel popular. I feel pretty. I feel pretty. So pretty. Right. Where's my box? I'm looking for some sort of reference. Now I think this is going to be too dark, but I'm going to come back to it. Hey James. Anyone else in the chat ever painted an Archaon model or a big old? I think that's the largest model beyond this. Probably what's bigger, a Great Unclean One or Nagash? I'm guessing Nagash is taller. Great Unclean One, there's more of him. Yeah, this is Archaon the Everchosen. So this is the guy that brought about the end times in Warhammer Fantasy Battles. This guy is at fault for all the mess. It's this guy's fault. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen that. I saw a picture of that, Jan. That's super cool. Is that a commission piece? Was that something they sent you to just do something awesome with? I have the opportunity to paint something quite awesome that someone's contacted me about. Would I like to do it? But it is a big miniature, so I've never really got into painting big miniatures before, which they're well aware of and they're totally happy. So I thought I would give it a go with this guy, just to get in the habit of sort of handling and maneuvering around a massive miniature, because the actual miniature is going to be bigger than this. I'm not sure you can even call this a miniature now, right? Oh, nice. That's cool. Are you doing it all by brush, Dan? Are you doing any airbrushing or anything like that? Go on, McGothmog. Go for it. Cool, man. I must catch you when you're doing it, because I've watched you paint many times. I've never seen you, I've never caught you when you're using the airbrush. I'd love to watch that. It's one of the things I'm definitely not au fait with it. But like I use airbrush all the time for priming and and that sort of stuff. But so I was like, okay, no worries, man. Getting all excited about this question we got for. Nice. Yes, it is my birthday also on Tuesday. So I will try and do a bit of a birthday stream. And say hello to people. I know what you're all thinking. 21 again. It's like, yeah. How many times have I been 21? On Tuesday, I'd have been 21 times. I will be the grand old age of 42 on Tuesday. Right, I think the next thing I want to try and do is all the go old now. again. Yeah, I was born in 79, so I just about made it into the 70s, but you know. What do I want to do here? I'm in that kind of stuck phase now. I feel like I want to start getting all of these wings done, but this isn't dry yet, so I can't do that. So I think I'm going to move on to the metal and get the chest piece painted, and other bits and pieces like that. So that's the plan. yeah. I'm still living with my mum. Imagine that. I'm not. Wow. I guess you don't know. You just have to believe that I'm not. 1988. Crikey. Ah, cool. And Gothmog is a 79 as well. Yeah, we're the generation that grew up without the internet and then have lived with the internet. I was saying I can't remember what we're not. I can't remember what we are. I can't remember what the 79 era is. It's like an age stream. I think it's 79 and 84 or something. It's only Walgreens. Yeah. Now I need to change this heat. I've filled that up with paint that I don't want. I need a little splodge of water. Yeah, do you remember? I remember the first albums I ever bought from a man with a suitcase on the high street, selling cassettes out of a suitcase. That was cool. Right, I would like to get in there with some lead belt. I think that's what I want to do. I literally can't even turn the model to sort of get paintbrush to it because the wings hit something, the base hits something too huge to actually try and paint. I'm having to hold the brush at the very end of the brush so I can get my hand in a position to paint the blooming. They do, Jan, they do. And I know the love of Moonstone is strong with you. So I would definitely be up for it, mate. I have a feeling it's probably going to be a War Cradle game if they did a boot camp, just because of the affiliation with Wayland. That would be my I have no inside knowledge, but that would be my guess. Yeah, I can't wait for Salute. That's going to be great. Maybe that's what I'll pick up at Salute, Jan. If I see you, you can wax lyrical about Moonstone to me, and I'll pick it up at Salute. But we're definitely going to have to see it, Jan. I'm definitely going to have to catch up. We definitely need to have a pint at least. So. You can't come to the Hobby Lodge. The Hobby Lodge will come to you. Yeah, I imagine Wild West X. I mean, Wild West Exodus has just released a new version, hasn't it? Or a new starter set. Then there's is it Dystopian Wars is the boat game. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be, but obviously I know there is an affiliation now between the two companies, right? So they might have to do a maybe for the first boot camp. It might be a case of they can do a non-War Cradle one, and then maybe every other one's a War Cradle one or something like that. Because obviously, they are connected now, and they are going to want to sell products and stuff. So nice. I've just discovered in December time I will actually be coming over to Dublin. I don't think I know anyone in Dublin. How far away are you from Dublin, buddy? Oh man! Oh, brilliant! Well, I'm definitely over there for a few days in December, so I am heading into Google. So yeah, I will be at a loss in the evening. So if you're around. Yeah, I think it's I think it's to be expected, James, just because there is that link now, so it's completely understandable. But they are doing a good job of making sure they cover everything else as well. Yeah, December. I'll firm up the dates, buddy, and I'll let you know. But yeah, it's going to be in December time. Awesome. Well, that's good to know. Hey. About an hour and trying 20-minute flight to Dublin. Nice. Well, you know, if you fancy a... Oh, hour and then 20 minutes on a flight. Oh, crikey. To be honest, it's probably the opposite for me. It's 20 minutes on a train to London City Airport, and then about an hour on a plane. The plane to Dublin from London is probably what, 50 minutes, I reckon, there or thereabouts. Google's head office is in the centre of Dublin. Obviously, I can head out elsewhere. It's a bit easier, or we can meet up outside, or I'll make a Google chuck me in a taxi and pay. Right, where's that nice brass that I like? I think this was it, yeah. Ruin Lord brass. One of the new GW paints. It's really nice. Like a mix between like an old gold and a brass colour. That's quite a nice colour. Well, this is bloody awkward to paint a model of this size. It really is. Just getting round it with a brush is awkward. Can't get the angles on it. You're like you're doing some sort of puzzle. This is sorry, what did I miss? Still pissy about the prices they charge. Yeah, London City Airport just charges a premium for all flights. It's yeah. It is just something they it's because obviously it's used for a lot of business travel, so they can get away with charging a premium because it's only companies that are paying the costs. Honestly, Jane, come in if you can. If it's cheaper to come into Gatwick, it is really easy to get a train into centre of London from Gatwick. And Heathrow's the same, but I'm assuming Gatwick is an alternative option from Dublin, I assume. Yeah. Yeah. And it does seem like you're further out, but honestly, it doesn't. The train is pretty swift. You know, and you can come into London Bridge, and then you can pretty much get wherever you want to get. Are you staying in central London, or are you going down to the XL to stay there? Nice. Yeah. You won't have to travel far then when you've got all your swag from Salute. Man, this thing is just cumbersome to navigate. Where's my phone? My phone's in my pocket. More swag. Yeah, absolutely, yes. Come and stay in the this is the Hobby Lodge, twinned with the Travel Lodge. I thought you were bringing an empty case, weren't you, Jen? Couple of Moonstone minis, right? Yeah, of course, yeah. There's not been a Salute for 2 years, buddy. You're definitely not going home with a couple of Moonstone minis. I like the optimism there. Is it your first Salute? Oh, yeah, then you're definitely not going home with a couple of Moonstone minis. Christ, I've come home before and filled that table behind me with stuff. So yeah. Yeah. If it's your first Salute, man, there's no way you're going home with a couple of minis. Not a chance. Not a chance. First, I came home. The last Salute I went there going, I'm not buying any big box games. I'm just going to buy some unique miniatures that I really like the look of. The first thing I bought was a Kickstarter edition of Hellboy. As you can imagine, freaking huge. Because the guy who was selling it, I think it was meant to be £250, and I got it for 60 quid. So I was like, well, I'm not carrying that. I'm not getting that. So the first thing I had to do was go walk that. So I got in the show, bought it within about 20 minutes of being in the show. And then I had to, luckily I'd driven. So I was parked underneath the Salute. So I walked back to the car, put it in the boot, then came back to the show again. Logical. Yeah, man. Well, maybe we should. Maybe we should. Maybe all of the Twitch painters, we should get do our own little con. There's enough of us now. We're like an army of Twitch painters streaming now, aren't we? Jan's got all the clout. Get Jan to do it. Man, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I do next on this guy. Oh, that's cool, man. Is that going? Oh, is it just on YouTube? Is it? Oh, that's cool, man. No, go, McGothwing, if you've got tips, man, please. I'm all ears. That's a good one. I like that. I like that, McGothwing. We could do it at Warhammer World. Yeah, we could arrange. I mean, you know, I'm sure we could do something. We could, if we could. I mean, I don't know how to. I mean, I'm not very good at this sort of stuff, but there's enough of us in the world that we could arrange a bit of a meet up at Warhammer World for sure. I'm actually going to be going up to Warhammer World in November time. I'm more than happy to tell everyone when I'm going, and if people also want to go, yeah, because my son is saving up to buy a what is it? What's the name of the bloody thing? I've just literally forgotten what it's called. It's the Tyranid Titan thing with the massive long legs. Not a Warlord Titan, no, but it is a Titan for Tyranids. It's the is that the flying one? What's the spidery type one? Here, Bio Titan. That's it, Bio Titan. Thank you, Jan. So he's just started a paper round. He's been doing a paper round now for about 8 weeks, and he's put every penny away. So he's getting 25 quid a week from this paper round. And he's saved, yes, James, yes. So he's saved up all of his paper round money, and I think he's 80 quid away now from getting enough to go and buy a Titan. So I said to him, if he genuinely wants to do it, he can save it up, and we'll drive up to him. We'll drive up to Warhammer World. We won't buy it online. We'll drive up to Forge World, and we'll buy it in person at Forge World. So yeah, that's what he's going to do. I even offered him, this is how good he is, I even offered him to sort of forward in the money. I said, well, why don't I give you the rest of it, and then you can always pay me back if you want to. Obviously, I would never take it off. But he genuinely was like, no, Dad, I want to save it all up in cash so I can walk in there and give the guy £285, I think it is, for the bio title. I was like, ah, fair play to you, mate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna, and obviously he loves his Tyranid, so a bio title will be huge for him. Yeah, he is a great kid. He really is. Oh, nice, Jim. That's yeah. It is a good thing, isn't it? Like, and he gets up right every day for the last 8 weeks. He's up at 6:10, and he leaves and goes and does his paper round. And let's face it, Britain doesn't have the greatest weather in the world, so 6:30 on a British morning, especially coming into the winter, is not a nice time. So hats off to him, really. I'm very, very proud of him. He's a really good kid, and yeah, we'll make a pilgrimage up to Warhammer World, and he'll buy his Bio Titan. So if anyone wants to be around to witness the purchasing of a gigantic Tyranid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's a really cool thing. Yeah, exactly. It's freezing. I mean, the only problem with it is that him getting up at 6:30, him getting up at 6:10 in the morning means I'm also awake at 6:30 in the morning, because I'm a very light sleeper. I don't sleep much, and I'm a very light sleeper when I do. So if he's awake, kids aren't the quietest when they're moving around the house and making breakfast and getting their bike out and clang bang, all the noises possible. And I'm like, right, well, that's me awake then. So yeah, so we'll be up at Warhammer World in November time for sure, definite. So I'll definitely give a shout out, and on that it'll be a Saturday, no doubt. And if people are around and we want to meet up and have a bit of a drink or a bit of something to eat in Bugman's Bar or whatever, or we'll definitely go around the exhibit hall and stuff. I know I don't exactly have a massive following, but I'll ping Jan, and you know, always let people in Jan's community know, and just not even because it's Hobby Lodge, just because, hey, as a bunch of hobbyists, it's nice to meet and greet some people, isn't it? And got some faces to some usernames and stuff. Was a bit of fun. Yeah, I will do, man. I'll once I've kind of got the idea of when it is. I mean, it'll be one Saturday in November. I'll chuck it in there, and we can see if anyone's interested in just saying hello. I tell you what, if you wanted to make mine and James's, if you wanted to make a very proud dad moment, if someone did turn up and be like, "Oh man, you're the Hobby Lodge," I don't know why I did that in an American voice, but if that did happen, my son would probably just implode. Happened once at UK Games Expo a couple of years ago. We were sitting having a sandwich after walking around the hall, and someone walked up to us and went, "You're that guy. You do YouTube, right?" So I said, "Oh, well, no, a little bit, yeah, mate. A couple of things on there." "Oh yeah, I definitely recognise her from opening the model box. I used to do model box videos, and literally my two sons just like were just beaming with this kind of, oh my god, like we just got recognised." It was really funny. They talked about it for like the rest of the day. Bless them. All bless them. I reckon this salute it'll be 3 of my boys coming, because I reckon Clark will want to come along. Clark's my youngest. But yeah, if you haven't, if your original question might have been, is it still worth a visit? I think Warhammer World is the showroom, whatever you want to call it, exhibition hall thing, is, I think, super cool. I've seen it a number of times. They do mix it up sometimes. You know, they do change stuff in there, not too regularly, but they do it, and it's still worth going to see. I mean, you can't fault them for the stuff they make is brilliant, and the big epic scenes they put on are pretty much unachievable by all of us. So it's definitely worth a visit. Yes, Warlord Games is around the corner. We went there 3 years ago, I think, to play Blood Reds. They just released Cruel Seas, I think, around that time. They were doing a Cruel Seas day and a Blood Red Skies day. Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's about a 2.5 hour. I mean, I live southeast London, so around the M25 up the M1, and I think it's about 2 hours and 45 minutes away. I think it's not too bad. Yeah, Magosmo, it's definitely worth going, mate. It's definitely worth going. Obviously, you can, you know, if you want to, you can book a table so you can go and play a game. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's definitely worth a trip. It was really funny because as part of my job, I was asked to go in and see Games Workshop around their use of technology and stuff, and so I went and met some of the sort of technical leadership team there, and they were like, "I say, do you know much about what we do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I may have painted several hundreds of your miniatures, and you know." And then at the end, they were like, "So, do you fancy going around the exhibit hall?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I got a free tour around the exhibit hall, even though I think I'd only been there a few weeks before that as an actual customer. Perks of the job. I didn't think one of the big issues that I'd have with this size of miniature is knowing what to do next. It's so big that it's like Not sure what I should be doing. I really should probably just focus on small areas and then move around. I'm going to just block out all of these skulls. Because being a Games Workshop model, of course it's covered in bloody skulls. Yeah, I think the only restriction they have is trying to keep professional. Yeah, of course, man. I'm always the professional. Yeah, I think the only restriction they have is you're not allowed. You can't play with non-GW models, right? So I don't think you can turn up there with your proxies. Or I think recently, didn't they just ban 3D printed models as well from tournaments? Which is fair enough. I think if you're making the trip to Games Workshop's home, its headquarters, I think the least you can do is show up with Games Workshop models in your bag. It's like, what? Otherwise, why are you there? I think in your own clubs, in your own homes, and play with whatever models you want to play with. I think a little bit of kind of, for some people that is like the holy grail place, the Games Workshop Warhammer World. So turn up with Games Workshop models. You must have them, otherwise I'd question why on earth you were going to Warhammer World. Okay. Rocking up and getting your Kings of War army out, it's probably had, disrespectful, I might say. Hey, look, every company's got problems with tech. That's why we exist, to go in and advise and give help where we can and get listened to or not get listened to. Literally can't turn this thing around because I'm hitting the wings off everything. Too damn big. do appreciate everyone hanging out. Friday night on Twitch is a busy old night. As a small streamer, it's probably the worst time to stream, so because all of the big streamers are on. So obviously super grateful for Jan to raid, but also very thankful that people chose to stick around and hang out, because I think, is it like Mini Maniac on and all of the big YouTubers, oh bugger, all the big YouTubers are on. It is like the night to stream. Uncle Adam was on earlier, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure. The tabletop minions or tabletop, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't do that, because it would be constant. Yeah. I mean, the good news is I haven't knocked anything over yet with it, so I might be bashing a few things, but I've yet to like knock over a pot of paint or my water or the entire camera tripod. So hey, you know, I got to take that. More wins, man. No worries, Jim. You still at work, Jim? By the way, guys, do tell me if the music or anything like that's too loud, or whether... I don't actually know whether you should have music on when you're streaming painting, because I don't know if some people just prefer it to be quiet and... No. I've been pondering this recently. Whether people join a stream and then go, oh, actually, regardless of even the painting, they leave because maybe the music's too much or something like that, or never really know what's the yeah, okay, yeah, I did lower it a little bit today, because I felt like even it was just a bit too well, at one point I had the airbrush going and the music on, and I was a bit like a bit of a sensory overload, so I lowered it down a little bit, just so it's a bit of background, really. Obviously, normally I'm not doing as much talk. You know, it's nice when there's a bunch of people to talk to. Not really needed, but yeah, donk, 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 bouncing off everything. Well, we are an hour and a half in, and this was just a blank model an hour and a half ago, so we have got some progress done for sure. Not looking forward to trying to do the wing stems. That's going to be a pain in the backside. Oh, what happened there? Archaon, thank you very much for that follow. Cheers, buddy. Very much. This is really cool, guys. I think we've gone to what are we on? 354 followers. Really awesome. Love to hit 400 by the end of the year. That would be really cool. I don't know if we will, but it's nice to have a bit of a goal. Right, I do want to hit this with some red, so I don't want to fully get rid of the black, but I do want to red contrast and spray the tail. Okay. Oh bloody hell! Oh crikey! Almost got it caught then. Right. What's next? I wish, man. I wish. I've had to do big chunk. I mean, there's no way I could brush this with a brush. Well, unless I got a bloody great big brush. So I'm afraid, yeah, it's going to get some airbrushing. Sure. I mean, this whole wing, this was all airbrushing with Gilliman's flesh, and then going lighter with some pocket through whites. Maybe I need to slightly blend it there, but I'm not going to go nuts, guys. It's like, yeah, I want to get this to look like it's a nice tabletop miniature, and I think I can do that. Now that I'm breaking, I'm getting bits done, I'm starting to see that it should come together all right. The back wing here I'm not liking, so maybe you're going to go over this again in a bit. Nowhere near as smooth as it is on the front, but I mean, that's what you're going to be looking at. Well, actually, no, that's not true. When I'm playing it, I'll be looking at the back of it. But it's kind of, I mean, so far, I'm happy with it. It's kind of better than I thought it would. I'm saying, at this stage though, we're into blocking colours, so I'm just slapping it on, and then I can come back to it all, see what's working, what's not working. Like, I might not go with this as the hoof colour, it might be a different colour completely. Could even go with red. That's actually not a bad idea, because then it would match the hair that I'm doing. Oh yeah, we're going to do that. This isn't going to be the colour of the hooves. The hooves are going to be red. The hooves are going to be the same as the hair. Is that not correct, that hooves are basically hair? You are right. You've got Khorne, Tzeentch and Nurgle. There's no Slaanesh. Where is Slaanesh in this model? I didn't even think about that. What happened to Slaanesh in this world? I'll wick some of this off a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna go with the bright red hooves. This big old demon. I can go bone in the bony bits up here, but we're going demony red for the rest of it. Does that mean I need to go red for the claws as well? No, I think that would be too much. I think just the hooves. Does that make sense? These are nail and these are nail, then surely these would be red as well, right? I'm and ahhing whether this is a good decision or not. I feel like it is, so I'm going to do one of them in red and see what we think. And always paint over it. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Exactly. I don't like it. It looks like he's got his nails painted. So red nails equals sexy. Exactly. I think maybe if it was a super dark, and that's maybe the problem. I need to go super dark. Let's try something else. I can go with a dark red. Let's paint his other nail. Welcome to the salon. Today I'll be painting your nails, and today we're going to do it in a flesh tearers. Going somewhere nice for the weekend, yeah? Oh, you've got a hot date, nice. Well, it's definitely better in the dark red, that's for sure. I don't know. Let's let it dry. Let's let it cook for a little bit. Ah, thanks, Cotton. Ah, you gifted a sub. That's really nice, Cotton. Cheers, buddy. Get you, James. With your sub. Thanks, man. Woohoo! We're back to 5 subs. We dropped down to 4 subs today. We are back to 5. Can we? I think it's 15 I need to reach to get. I thought it was 10 I needed, but I think it's actually 15 subs for a new emote, as it were. I may have to start wearing gloves to paint this because I've noticed a couple of places I'm rubbing the paint off. Hey, Chris, you found Dusty. There she is. That's my dog. She has appeared on streams many a time. You can often hear her barking in the background. That is Dusty. Good old Dusty. We got stung by a wasp the other day whilst we were out walking. I was very angry. In fact, the wasp got squished between my fingers. I was so cross at it. So I'm afraid that wasp is no more. Ah, James, passing it on. Thanks, buddy. Nice work. Welcome to the club, Gothmog. Actually, don't mind the darker red. The darker red is growing on me. Because my worry is there's a lot of browns, and if I go with more sort of bone colours, does it go too sort of near? You know. So I think the red kind of gives it a little bit of a lift. If any of that makes any sense. So yeah, whether I do it to these big floors, what? A hype train? Never had a hype train before. You never know. You never know. Dreams can happen. I think the next thing to do is the black thing. Hey, thanks, man. A hype train is close, apparently. Thanks, James. That's guys. Thank you. Congratulations, Jim. I know you're probably lurking away, but you are now a sub to the channel. Hey, and we got an applause. Well, did we get an applause? Where the hell's my applause? No way. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, now I'm cross. No, it will work. What's happened here? Oh no, something's gone wrong. No. No. Sound alerts, there they are. They're right there. Why are sound alerts not working? Oh guys, I bet this is because I bet something's gone wrong with the add-in, because the add-on, I think Twitch got hacked a couple of days ago. I guarantee I need to go into the add-in and re-add my password, because obviously I changed everything. I changed my password, new stream key and all that sort of business. So my bet is the stream alerts, sound alerts add-on needs to be re-authenticated. Oh, sorry guys. I appreciate the applause anyway. Lucky that didn't cost you any real money. That was just channel points. Otherwise I would be very devastated. But yeah, Jim, you're now a subscriber. I'm now up to 8 subscribers. This is currently the most subscribers I've ever had. This is a stream record they're currently sat at. I've never had 8 subs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start holding the miniature just by the. I had a sub once. It's nice. A meatball Mariana. Yeah, that's a good sub. Oh man, I'm so shaky that I can't hold it. Balls, I'm mucking it right up. Because you can't hold the miniature close, because it's so blimmin' awkward, you can't get a good sort of, strong stance with it. Then you end up being really sort of shaky. Yeah, no, yeah, the fame's getting to me, yeah. Guys, you've wrecked me. It's been really fun tonight, actually. It's been really, really nice. Also, I'm painting something that's way out of my comfort. Although, I must say, I'm glad to finally get some paint on it. That on the shelf for a very long time. Hey man, if they offered it, you know I'd take it. Take some China bucks. Give me the China bucks. Send them to me. What I might do is come back and just like do the very ends of the claws in more of a sort of claw colour. So it's almost like red at the back and to a point. I just don't want the model to look all samey, so I'm gonna just, given I'm doing, I did that sort of red on the hair of the tail and the hair on the back. Then sort of carry that through into the claw colour. Hair, you know, nails are hair. I don't know. If I don't like it, it's easy enough to repaint over. Another beauty of contrast paint is a quick bit of grey sear and you're back to work. But then I don't know about the wings, and I feel like if I've done it there, I probably do have to carry it on the wings. So I don't really know. Are you really giving the bringer of the apocalypse hooker red now? Yes, I am. I am. That's the look we're going for. Is it's not only going to bring the end of the world. Alexa, announce I don't have the dog. But yeah, it's going to look fabulous whilst doing it. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. You're going to bring the end of the world. Do it looking fabulous. You are right though. It is looking a bit Heart's boudoir. So maybe this will get changed. Maybe it'll grow on me. We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes it's not worth overthinking it and just going with the standard colours. So yeah, I could. I mean, I could, blacken it or something. Just to tone it down a little bit so it's not quite as vibrant. I definitely prefer it to the light red. The light red looked too pinky. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. Certainly. From what is currently a 2-hour paint job, I'm happy so far. We're heading in the right direction. course, we haven't done Archaon yet. You know, Archaon will be sat there proudly on top. He look cool, riding his dragon of many heads. This must be cool, Tone. What is this thing called? Because obviously the model's called Archaon the Everchosen. And he's the exalted Grand Marshal of the Apocalypse. But the actual thing doesn't seem to have a name. Anyone know what this thing's called? Apart from whatever it wants to be called, because it's giant for a dragon. Nigel. Could be called Nigel. Nightmare Alt Dwarf. It might be that. Yeah. Who knows? I don't. I definitely don't know. I need to Google it. Oh, here we go. There we go. There's the first knock of the evening. We almost completely went over then. That was more me knocking the mic stand, which then knocked the camera tripod. But I saved it before it went for a full Burton. We almost had a full Burton, but we managed to save it. Do a shot. Yeah, if you're playing the when I knock things down game, yeah, definitely. I do it enough times when I'm not holding a massive miniature in my hand, so yeah, the chances are way up there. Look at it, I can't freaking get an angle. Duga! Duga, the three-headed demon dragon. There we go, we have his name. He has a name. He will be forever known as Duga, or Dorga. Well done, Google. Right, let's continue with this trend of painting these nails red. We're painting the roses red. Painting the roses red. I tend to rotate between two. That's the Games Workshop ones for the artificial brushes. Or at the moment, I'm using the Red Grass Games. I've got some Winsor & Newtons that I've never used because I'm scared to use them. And I have some Artis Opus paintbrushes that I've never used because I'm scared to use them. So yeah, I stick with these guys. I keep saying it, but hardest thing so far is navigating the model. I actually don't think it's a very hard model to paint because most of the details are quite chunky. Just working your way around the model. Yeah, I just don't feel like I feel like I'm I'm not good enough painter to use fancy brushes. When I get better, I will feel like I'd be disrespecting the brush. Someone would know. Someone would ring me up and say, "Can you stop using our brushes?" Stuff. Coming along. It's coming along. I'm staying optimistic about this. It's coming on. It definitely needs some washes to dark. I need to darken it in certain areas, and obviously I need to do loads of stuff with the metal. Um, don't know if I want to bother highlighting or just dry brushing the black. I might dry brush it because of ease and yeah, I definitely feel like I would like to get some highlights on this black because I can cover up a few that I'm not a fan of. Yeah, yeah, I'm not 100% sold on them yet, mate. Might be a bit too much. I am in agree. I'm not disagreeing. Yeah, I think I might just dark. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try darkening them before I give up on it, because I think that kind of if it was like a really dark red, they might look quite cool. But at the moment, it does look too much like it's nail polish. It doesn't help that they're also shiny. So remember, when it's matte varnish, contrast paint is very shiny, and it will dull a lot when it's matte varnish. So don't you have to remember. it changes quite a lot when you matte varnish a contrast paint. Oh, sorry, language. Yeah, exactly, like Hellboy's fist. 100%, yeah. That's a really good comparison, yeah. Yeah, it's not so just one toned black now. It's got some colour in it. Okay. Coming together. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Starting to look like a miniature that I painted on purpose, rather than one that fell into a bucket of paint. Yeah, so I'm going to use a brown wash now. I think I might airbrush it. But where are we at? Oh, as to us, thank you very much for that follow. And I think we've jumped by 13 or so follows. Really cool. Right, so what I'm going to do is chuck some earth shade in here, then catch the metals, maybe catch the nails, see how they come out, then in the recess areas really plan. Now I could have easily just painted this on, but actually don't mind the overspray because it just adds a bit of colour elsewhere as well, so it all helps it to blend in a bit. Yes, if I'm adding the brown wash to these foos, and it will darken them down quite a lot. So, hoping that kind of does the trick, really. There we go. It's not looking bad. Can't really show you guys fully what it looks like, but it's doing all right. It's doing all right. Really hard for you to get like a full picture of it, but a bit washed out on the stream, to be honest. Anyway, hopefully you guys can get an idea. I think it looks, I guess I would say this, but I think it looks better in person than it does on the stream. I guess that's easy to say that. It's a good get out of jail free card, isn't it? Way better on the stream. It looks way better in person, guys. I don't know what you look at. I don't know what you're looking at, but noticed I've missed his groin hair. Some lovely red groin hair. Right, I think this might be the point to leave it, because I've now got a lot of wet paint on here, and we've been going for 2.5 hours. So in this is what we've achieved in 2.5 hours. I'm okay with it. I think it's looking all right. There's still tons to be done because I've got little highlighting to do. I don't know what I want to do about these spines yet in the wings, whether I actually want to pick them out or just leave them. It's one of those things where it's quite nicely, like in the wings at the moment, it's quite nicely blended. So do I want to paint harsh, whatever they're called, the actual sort of tendrils through the wings? I don't know. In the Archaon picture, they are black, just like the rest of his kind of main body. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that or whether I want to just kind of stick with them how they are. I don't dislike them. I quite like them blended in with the wings. So I don't know if they are harsh lines. It might not look that great. I must admit, even on the box art, I'll show you the box art. The big harsh black lines, I don't know, I don't like it. So I like them being quite smooth wings. Maybe I could lightly dry brush and just catch the top of them. The wings I use Gilliman Flesh. So I used, yeah, where is it? Where the hell is it? Not that flesh, that's the other one. Anyway, it was Gilliman, oh, there it is. I used Gilliman Flesh contrast. I airbrushed that and then added some drops of this into it when I got to the inners. So it went from the brown to the sort of the grey. Yeah, that's what Gilliman's Fresh looks like. Yeah. Right, guys, let's raid someone else because that's a really nice thing to do. I'm gonna raid the Shinobi because he is a cool dude, and if you guys haven't seen this guy before, you should. So let's go, or should we raid? No, let's go and do the Shinobi. Let's go and do the Shinobi. Let me check he's actually still streaming. I've done this before when you raid someone and they're not actually streaming anymore. But yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks for all the follows. Cheers guys for all of the subs. We reached 8 subs, which is the highest I've ever had. That's really cool. Yeah, we got a whole chunk of an Archaon done. Or whatever his name was. What was his name? Let's scroll up again. What was his name? Dorgar. Dorgar is coming along nicely. So yeah, there we go. Right, let's give the Flow Shinobi a raid, shall we? Let's do that. Raid a channel. Like I say, he's a super cool dude. He writes his own music, so when he's painting and stuff, what you're hearing in the background, normally his own tunes. I think some of you know him. How the hell do I say his name? Mavlev. Flow Shinobi, there we go. So yeah, I'm going to start this raid. Please go over and give him some love. He's a really popular streamer anyway, but he's only got 7 people watching him. He definitely deserves more than that. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. I'm going to be back tomorrow because I'm going to carry this bad boy on tomorrow, and we're going to finish him tomorrow if we can. But yes, thanks everyone. Really appreciate it. You're all super cool. Thank you. See you soon.